Hey everybody, Icy Cat here once again with another premium skin review. This time we're talking about the Far Cry Blood Dragon bundle pack. But before you pay for it, if you want to know what's inside and take a closer look, then stick around. The newest addition for premium digital content is the Far Cry Blood Dragon bundle pack. You can find this in the shop under the digital content tab. Just like the other Ubisoft game-themed bundle packs, this one retails for $6.99 US. This is only available for real-world money. You cannot get it with Rainbow Credits or Renown. For your $7, you get, as usual, one weapon skin for a single gun, a universal weapon charm, and one headgear. As you can see, the weapon skin is very retro. It's in keeping with the theme of the game, which was like lasers and bright colors and just all kinds of things from the 80s. The headgear is very similar. We're very loud colors with this rainbow band that goes around the front of it and purples and laser streak grids and things like that. This looks like it could come straight out of some 80s cover art for a magazine or a video game or something of that era, which is of course the purpose of the Blood Dragon kind of tongue-in-cheek theme that they have going on in that game. And then there's the charm itself. This is the first universal weapon charm that is available for any of these themed skin packs based on Ubisoft games that isn't simply just a rectangular tag with the logo on it. We actually have the words that are kind of in the three-dimensional extruded shape. We'll just do a little gameplay in the background here while we continue to talk about this. So this is a very unique themed pack. I mean, the content is the same. You're still getting a single weapon skin, a headgear, and a charm. That isn't any departure from the previous skin bundles we've seen for games before. But with the previous editions of Watch Dogs, Assassin's Creed, and The Division, you could argue that there was at least some semblance of seriousness here, at least a little bit. But the whole purpose of the Blood Dragon game is to kind of be completely tongue-in-cheek with over-the-top 80s references and almost borderline cartoon-level intensity for color saturation and just the amount of things going on in an image. And you see that reflected in the texture. You've got the laser grids and the intense colors and lots of purples and pinks going on, and it's just kind of crazy to look at. Now, last week when I did the video on the Division bundle pack, I got a message from a YouTuber that goes by the name of Kelp, and he sent me a message letting me know that there was going to be a Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon set for Castle, a The Crew set for Rook, and a Ghost Recon set for Fuse eventually. Now, I did not believe him. I actually just thought this was just like he was just kind of making this up and having fun with it, and it was a big old joke. But then the Far Cry Blood Dragon pack actually came out. So if this information is accurate, we'll be pretty soon looking forward to a The Crew theme for Rook and a Ghost Recon theme for Fuse. Now, much like the Blood Dragon game, I'm not sure how The Crew is going to be a tie-in for a Rainbow Six title. Assassin's Creed was a bit of a stretch because, I mean, it's not even anything to do with being a shooter, but yet they managed to tie it in, at least with the visual headgear, kind of making it look like the Assassin's Creed hood, matching it up with Capcan's hood. So they tried really hard to kind of make that tie-in at least a little bit. Watch Dogs was a decent fit, and at least with Ash, you kind of had the same ball cap thing going on, so there was a unified content there. When the Division bundle came out, we had the mouthpiece that went on for the headgear that looked really slick, and so that was kind of a neat one, and at least that's a current Clancy shooter. And while you could technically make the case that Blood Dragon is also a current shooter based off of the Ubisoft franchises, it definitely is going the tongue-in-cheek route here. And if you're a fan of the Blood Dragon games, you're probably all about that and you love it. But I have to admit, when this bundle pack actually released, I was kind of surprised. I did not think the message I got telling me this was coming was for real. I'm not even sure what the Crew one is going to look like. I mean, we already had all the racer skins come out last season for each CTU, so it's going to be something that's a little different than those race car themes we've seen already. I'm also a bit surprised to hear that there might be a Ghost Recon bundle coming for Fuse specifically. If we take a look at some of the previous entries, the headgear seemed to match appropriately with the bundles that we were getting. When you had Ash wearing Aiden's ball cap, that made sense because she also wears a baseball cap. When Frost wore the Division headgear for the mouthpiece, that made sense because it was replacing the scarf which covered her mouth. And with Capcan, he was taking the hood from Assassin's Creed hood, but I'm just not sure exactly how Fuse's fully enclosed helmet is going to be a tie-in for any kind of gear from Ghost Recon. I mean, you can't see any part of his face at all, so what would his headgear wind up being? A lot of people have suggested that maybe Blackbeard would be a good match because he seems to kind of pair up with the operator that's shown in that. There's a guy in a red shirt with a huge beard in the Ghost Recon promos. or they have those kind of large-scale headsets that they're wearing with the over-the-ear headsets, which Gloz already has, and somebody thought that maybe that would make a good fit for him. So, little surprised to hear that Fuse might actually be getting the Ghost Recon bundle in the future. Conspicuously missing from this list is Splinter Cell. I do hope that that one's down the road yet. Also, if we're doing games like Blood Dragon and The Crew, then I wouldn't be surprised if Ubisoft's newest game, Steep, which is a downhill mountain skiing racing kind of a game, they other things too, not just skiing, but it's all centered around winter sports. I could really see them coming out with some kind of a bundle for Buck and Frost for that, or at least one of those two operators. The other question that comes up is, how did this person know it was coming? Now, some people have actually hacked into the game's shop and been able to access a lot of content that they didn't pay for. Some people have reported seeing other players running around in the game using this gear. Now, I'm not saying the person that told me that this was coming is one of these people. He may have simply seen somebody else using it. I actually don't know what his source of information was. I do, however, know that anybody that's actually hacked into the game is stealing content. So if anybody's doing that, that's a problem. And I know for a fact that Ubisoft Security does shut down people when they find out that they're using this. They get permanently banned from the game. Their account is removed. They can no longer play the game. So if anybody out there is doing it, you guys, it is not worth the risk. Under no circumstances will I ever condone the hacking of content that you didn't pay for. And for those of you that have risked it, you may find yourself permanently banned from the game. Now, when other bundles come out, I'll also be covering those in a review as well. So if you want to stay up to date on all the latest news, tips, tricks, reviews, walkthroughs, and more for Rainbow Six Siege, then please like and subscribe. You can also follow me over at IcyCat25 on either Facebook or Twitter. Thanks a lot for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.